Hi! This week on Pages and Pages we're going to talk about Orson Scott Card's book, The Lost Gate. Orson Scott Card is an author that I first encountered when I read Ender's Game, which somebody recommended to me because I like science fiction and it's one of those science fiction classics that you just have to read. So when I got it, I read it in pretty much one night and couldn't put it down and loved all of it so much. And so I was shelving books the other day and I came across this one by the same guy and I thought, why not give it a try? It looked kind of good. The Lost Gate. So this book is more fantasy based. So instead of being space and spaceships and that kind of sci-fi, it's definitely more fantasy with magic and mythology and that kind of thing, which was really cool to read. I enjoyed it. Kind of like the Percy Jackson series. If you like those books, you'd probably enjoy this one too, just because it takes and weaves in a lot of those old Greek and Norse and all of those mythologies that are really fun to read about. This kind of frames it in a cool way. So instead of doing magic or being real gods with a supernatural kind of element, he takes a more science fiction element. So I don't want to give too much away, but essentially everything has to do with the space-time continuum and how altering that, having the ability to alter that, actually is where those kinds of supernatural powers come in, which I mean is itself its own supernatural power in its own right. So there's that. Really an excellent story though. The thing that I enjoy about this author is that things are always happening. So if you really enjoy character development, this might not be the book for you because you get some characters, you don't get a ton about them, but you get enough to construct and weave a really cool plot where things are always happening and every 2 pages you're someplace new and it's really exciting that way. So one of the things he's really known for in Ender's Game is the twist ending, and you kind of had that a bit with this. Like if you are a really unobservant reader, you might have a twist ending with this book, but I kind of guessed the twist before it happened, which isn't to say it wasn't a good twist. It had a nice symmetry to it, I guess. It kind of tells 2 stories at the same time, which is the thing that I enjoyed reading, where you're reading one chapter from one character's point of view and another chapter from another. And I wish he had spent more time developing the second character's side of things, but it was still really good, and I feel like they drew together nicely. And I'm sure there's more in this series. I haven't looked, but definitely set it up for there to be a continuation, which is good. Good to continue stories and to get into them. So that is The Lost Gate. I would give it, I don't have a rating system, but maybe like 3 out of 5. Worth a read if you're looking for something light and fun and kind of whimsical and fantastic. Maybe not the greatest literary masterpiece in the world, but there can only be some of those. We don't need a million greatest literary masterpieces. We just need a few, and then we need a lot of great books like this that are fun to read and full of lots of interesting things that happen. So if you've read this book or read any others by Orson Scott Card and you want to talk about it, let's talk about it. If you liked this video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe. Thank you for watching. Yeah. Elephant.